Hi, thanks for joining me for this 4-part video series about homeschooling and homeschooling with confidence and really enjoying your journey. Today is the first video, and I'd like to share with you a little bit about my story and a couple of things that I figured out after homeschooling for 15 years that I think most homeschooling moms might find really useful. Hopefully you will too. Starting with my story, I had kids in school. My oldest, she went to school through 8th grade, my second through 3rd grade, and my youngest, he actually only went to kindergarten. We homeschooled him the whole way. In 3rd grade, my oldest daughter, she brought it up several times, had several friends, but this was in the 90s. This is really before homeschooling was really common. And I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready to do it yet. I didn't feel like there was enough information about it. I was unsure. But the idea was, the seed had been planted. When my second daughter in 3rd grade, well, actually she came up to me and said, "Mom, I'm a figure skater. I love to figure skate. I want to skate more." And Tara Lipinski, she was homeschooled. That's how she could skate. Read this book. She handed it to me. We read the book. We thought about it. Then by the end of the year, we didn't really listen to all these urges. We kind of got the big message. She got hurt at school. Her shoulder was dislocated, and this was about 10 o'clock in the morning. And they never called me. I was home. I had a little one at home. I was home all day, and no one called me to say that she was injured. They didn't send her to the emergency room. They didn't do anything. Her hand was blue when I picked her up from school. Her shoulder was 6 inches below the other one. She could have had permanent damage. She didn't, thank goodness. But I think the message there for us was maybe these people who've had all this training in this system that we've come to trust in our society, maybe they don't know everything and they don't know what's best. Maybe there is a chance we can make this work, and maybe I need to try it. So we pulled her out at the end of that school year, which was only a couple more weeks. Then we proceeded to pull out our older daughter, and our youngest never went to school at all, just that kindergarten experience. And I can't even tell you, it was the most rewarding journey of my life. We're going to unschool college now because this has been great, and it's been so good for the kids. And actually, video number 3, I'm going to interview my son, and you're going to be able to see what he thinks about homeschooling and his journey and everything that's gone on with him. Well, I think I'm a lot like you in that when I got them home, I was a little bit nervous. It's okay, now what do I do? What do I do with these kids now that I have them home and their whole education is my responsibility? I proceeded to grab every book I could find on not only educational theories and homeschooling, but also on families and child development and philosophy and everything I could find. The biggest book that made the biggest change for me was Stephen Covey's 7 Habits for the Highly Effective Family. And I highly recommend it. Anybody who's homeschooling, if you want to have a better family life, that is a really good place to start. That is an amazing book. One of the first things he offered in that book was to listen. To listen where you're not trying to come up with an answer or a response or try and guide them in what you want for them. And as soon as I started doing that and applying one of his other ones, coming up with a big goal for our homeschooling in terms of what we wanted for our kids and out of homeschooling and what kind of adults we wanted to create, the whole thing kind of fell into place. And it was this amazing journey that just kept developing from there. As we kept going, the other big key that really made a big difference for us is every time the kids I found them getting excited about something or having a passion for something, I really instigated learning for them. I really made it available. I found people for them to talk to, people for them to watch or look at. I brought home books that they could read. And that really sparked interest in them. They could skip grades in whatever subject it was we were behind in as soon as that interest was sparked. And if we get the interest to spark through something that they loved, that's what made all the difference. And that's where we grew by leaps and bounds in terms of their educational experience and their growth as a person. I know most of you got here by signing up for the guide to 5 keys to an awesome homeschool day. And tomorrow what I want to do is I'm going to share with you keys to how to have an awesome week and an awesome month and to take it out further than just a day. And I'll have a worksheet for you that you can download. And from there, day 3, we're going to interview my son. And you're going to see what an adult homeschooler looks like, at least one that I've used this process on. And we'll work from there. Thanks so much for joining me, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.